What's going on, guys? It's been a little while. This is going to be a graphic novel and book haul from the month of December, and also stuff from Christmas from various places, some things that I bought for myself as Christmas gifts to myself and stuff like that. So we'll get right into it, starting with the graphic novels and then moving on to the novels. Okay, so starting with the graphic novel stuff, there's a few Image hardcovers in here, so I'll start with those, a few other hardcovers and some stuff. So starting with Saga, written by Brian K. Vaughan, art by Fiona Staples. This is the deluxe edition, book 1. Absolutely fantastic series. There's nothing I can say about this book that hasn't already been said, because everybody that's read it agrees that it is absolutely fantastic. So I was reading this in singles for a while, decided to wait for the trade, and I think that was a good plan because I thought it read fabulously in this format. This is bigger than the normal Image hardcovers. This is 18 issues as opposed to the normal 10 to 12, so really worth it. I think $49.99 cover price on this. I believe I got it on in-stock trades for probably $27, something like that, so can't recommend that one enough. Another Image hardcover, a series that I waited a while to get into, but I'm glad that I did. This is the Manhattan Projects Deluxe Edition Book 1. This collects issues 1 to 10, written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Nick Pitara. I believe the second one should be coming out pretty soon, but there's really awesome science stuff here. Familiar characters, Oppenheimer and Einstein, Richard Feynman, and that's Harry Truman in the center there. But dealing with the Manhattan Projects and what the true nature of the Manhattan Projects could have been, it gets really out there, but it's really cool stuff. Really loved that. Loved that book. And finally, the last Image hardcover, one that I've been waiting for what seems like forever. Read the last one last year, probably fall-ish. This is a Revival Deluxe Edition Volume 2. Haven't gotten around to reading this one yet, but Jenny Frizen's cover work is absolutely amazing. Written by Tim Seeley, art by Mike Norton. The first deluxe of this was fantastic, so I'm really excited to get into the second one. And I really love how these deluxe editions look in particular. Collects issues 12 to 23, plus the Chew Revival split. So really excited for that. Another hardcover, Dark Horse. This is Hellboy Weird Tales. Weird Tales is a bunch of different stories about Hellboy that are done by different writers and artists. There's a whole big list in here. I can mention some of the popular ones. John Arcudi, who does a lot of Hellboy work. John Cassaday, Frank Cho, Gene Colan, Guy Davis, who's known for BPRD. Phil Noto, Alex Maleev, who's on Hellboy in the BPRD right now. Ben Templesmith, Jim Starlin's even in here. J.H. Williams III. So really excited to get into this. I've read just about everything there is Hellboy, but this is one series that I haven't touched. I was waiting for it to be collected all together, and it has now. So really excited for that. And then finally, the last hardcover before I get into a couple trade paperbacks. This is Torso, written by Brian Michael Bendis. Art is by Mark Andreyko. It's a little bit smaller than your normal hardcover, published by Icon. This is a true crime story based on a murder that happened in Cleveland in the 1930s, I believe. I've been super into true crime lately. I'm sure some of you out there had listened to Serial, which is now over, but that got me super hyped for true crime and stuff. And I went into my shop and I asked him sort of if there was anything out there that's really good, that's true crime related in the comic book realm, and this is what he suggested for me. So I am a big fan of Brian Michael Bendis, reading a couple of his books right now and enjoying them, so really excited to get into this. $25 cover price on this book, and it's really nice. So, and then a couple sci-fi series that I've been waiting a while to get into. I finally decided to. Don't know a whole lot about what either of them are about, but I've heard good things. First of all, this is Nowhere Men, Volume 1. Written by Eric Stevenson, art by Nate Bellegarde, Jordi Belair on the colors. This book is on hiatus. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it wasn't selling very well. But this trade was kind of hard for me to get my hands on because it's clearly out of print. And we'll see what happens if this story ever comes back. But looking forward to that regardless. And also, this is Prophet, a series that I haven't seen very many people read. But it's written by Brandon Graham. This is they're labeled number 1 and number 2, but it's issues 21 to 26 and 27 to 27 to 31. So I'm assuming that this is a later in the run that sort of started over, so it's a good jumping on point. I believe there's 3 volumes, maybe even 4 up to this point, so I'll be giving these a shot and decide if I want to continue with the series. But next, I will jump into the novel stuff. Okay, starting with a few books that I read when I was in middle school, probably 6th or 7th grade, and I really enjoyed them then. I wanted to give them another shot now. One just got a movie, that is The Giver. Really, really loved this book when I read it in middle school. I want to give it another read and see if I understand it in the same way that I did back then. Haven't heard the greatest things about this movie, so we'll see. But this is a hardcover, and the actual book is gray and orange. Looks pretty cool. And also, I don't remember this one a whole lot, but I did read this when I was younger too. This is A Wrinkle in Time. I get the feeling that I didn't understand this book completely. I've heard some things about the content of the story that I don't remember at all, and I think some things went over my head, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this. Heard some stuff about like 5th dimensional stuff and the Tesseract and cool stuff that I'm hoping to be able to wrap my head around. Now, a couple more. The best, hands down, one of the best sci-fi novels I've read in a long, long time. This is The Martian, written by Andy Weir. I saw this book on Goodreads. I usually check at the end of the year on Goodreads, and they give, you can go on there and see different polls for people's favorite books in different categories. This was by far the best sci-fi book that came out this year, and so I decided to read it. My sister got it for me for Christmas, and I was absolutely blown away by this. It's about Mark Watney, who is an astronaut who is left behind on Mars. His crew has to abandon, and they think he's dead. And it's about how his story plays out and what happens to him. His story of survival, written in journal form, and he has a really awesome personality, a funny personality, and that makes it, you know, a really dark subject, really light. It's really, really heavy in science, and that's what I really, really enjoyed about it. So can't suggest that one enough. Super awesome. Next, this is Shadow Puppets, written by Orson Scott Card. I've read Ender's Game, and I've read Ender's Shadow. This is the sequel to Ender's Shadow, which was a parallel novel to Ender's Game. So there's a ton of books in the Ender's Game series, but I'm looking forward to getting into this. I picked it up because I saw it at Second & Charles for like $4. I always go there and troll for hardcovers that I can get for cheap. So looking forward to getting into that. And then a couple books to round it off. Saw Interstellar. What was that? A month or so ago. I've seen it a couple times since. Absolutely fantastic movie. Probably my favorite movie I've seen in the past couple of years. It was absolutely fantastic. So I picked up the novelization of that. I despise mass market paperbacks, but it's the only format they made this book in, so I had to pick it up that way. Who knows if I'll actually read this, but I just wanted to have it. And then also, I've been reading a little bit of nonfiction, sort of challenging myself a little bit. I won't show all the nonfiction stuff I'm reading for sake of your boredom, but this is The Science of Interstellar, written by Kip Thorne. Kip Thorne is an astrophysicist who worked as an executive producer to Christopher Nolan on the film, so this is him sort of explaining the science behind the movie, and I'm really excited to get into this and notice some stuff that I didn't notice the first couple times around, and check and see how he explains certain things. But anyway, that's all the books that I've picked up probably over the past month. Next time I make a video, things will be drastically different. I'm working on starting a new job, starting my last semester of grad school, and also moving. So next time I'm shooting a video will probably be my new Wednesday books, and I'll probably be, that'll be maybe 2 weeks from now, and I'll be in my new place, and lots of crazy things will have started. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will talk to you again soon.